It was coming from my phone.
Dungeon us the heck out of some dragons.
Hi, it's me, Erin. Welcome to Monday. We're all having a day here, but we're gonna play some D&D. I appreciate everybody who's showing up. Yeah, last week I recorded, and the thing is
recording?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is sometimes I do things and I don't know why I do them, and I don't take doing them very seriously. So, I streamed it, I recorded it, but I did not, A, expect anyone to show up, or B, expect people to listen to the recording. But, they did, so this week I'm trying to be a little more organized and take it seriously. Chat, let us know how the levels were, because last time everybody was a lot quieter than me and Jamie, and that was weird. Yeah, but let's just really quick introduce ourselves. I'm Erin, aka Goroben, the Monster of Knowledge. I'm the DM today. This is our homebrew world filled with trash furry nonsense. I'm not gonna explain it. Jamie.
Erin, you forgot your pronouns.
She, her. My pronouns are she, her. Thank you. That's important.
It is. It's important. I'm Jamie. She, her. I play the Tabaxi monk, Michi Bottlebrush, the juvenile delinquent. And, I think that's everything I had to say.
Yeah.
Next.
Hi, what's up? I'm Alan. I'm they, them, and I am playing a very cranky, lanky possum cleric named Esme.
Cranky, lanky possum cleric. Wow.
That's the name of my
going full Eric Carter book
90s
title
big
there.
band boom.
I love it.
Oh, you can't really hear Jamie or anyone else.
Who said that?
The chat. Hold on.
I mean, Jamie was a little quiet, but nobody else was talking just now. I'd be surprised if they did hear us.
It would be a feat.
No, you don't get feats till level 4.
Well, maybe the chat's on level 4.
The chat's on level 4. We are out leveled by the chat.
Are you guys, are you guys still hearing stuff? Can we hear back from chat about...
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing everything just fine. I've been adjusting levels on my side just because,
I'll
some
just
people are
turn
louder.
up the desktop audio a bit. Chat, don't abandon us.
Come on, chat.
Okay, that's a little better.
Okay, so... me included, or everybody?
Let me see. Let me go over here.
So I can hear my own echo fine.
You know what? I have a lot of the user volume down in Discord. That might be the problem.
Could be.
So your audio is different from mine.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I can hear everyone fine. Let me check what my user audio is for everybody.
I just turn people down. I have auditory processing shit. And, I don't like
What program are you using to stream to Twitch?
Streamlabs OBS.
Trying to remember. I don't remember it really having a volume in, volume out different levels, but that could be doing it in theory.
Okay, I
well,
have
I'm
everyone at 100% on
Okay.
mine.
Well, I'm gonna call that good. I don't care.
Okay.
Seems like they can hear you now.
And I should be coming through
turn that up.
Aaron's desktop mic rather than my own mic, so I'm not even...
Alright, okay, alright. Anyway, whose turn's next? We just had Alan, C. Yeah, you.
I'm C. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Olive, a chonky, quiet, druid, sloth, dwarf lady. Sort of. I think I canonically said she, them pronouns, because sloth is definitely ambiguous.
Nice. Tasty. The baby of the
say
group.
that as the fucking train's going by and it's toot-tooting all the way home.
Is it the train from advertising?
That
I
really sounds
wish.
like a euphemism.
Hi, Casey. That's my name. Pronoun they, them. I'm playing paladin. It's weird not to say cleric. Playing a paladin, bugbear. What's their name? Stan.
We stand for Stan.
We
Casey,
stand
have you eaten
Stan.
your sandwiches?
Stan is baby. Casey, eat your sandwich.
They immediately mute.
Anyways, okay, Alex, last but not least, my real life inhuman sister, Alex.
I
I
feel
don't
like
think it's nice to call her inhuman.
inhuman.
She's
but you
pretty
definitely
human.
just implied I wasn't human.
I mean, you are
You're
mildly
not.
vampiric.
You're definitely a vampire. We've been over this.
Okay, so I play Find Treasure Among the Discarded Lester, a human wizard, usually called Trey. In the personality traits category, I say he is a magical RA, the most earnest. He believes in you.
Alex's pronouns are she, her, and Trey's pronouns are he, him.
Correct. I would have gotten there.
Yeah.
Eventually. Like, half this party has ADD, so...
Yeah.
I feel like Trey definitely needs an asterisk before the human that changes it to, like, mostly human.
Oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to tell you about Adros, but an important thing to know about Adros, and we will get into this in a minute, but there are people who are born anomalous, which means that sometimes people just get born, weird, and sometimes they're animals. So we have a possum lady and a sloth lady, and sometimes they're just have features. So we have a lady who is basically Catra. She's like more of a cat girl than like a furry cat, if that makes sense. And then we have anomalous like Trey, who doesn't really look anything weird, but he can eat rocks. So
He shouldn't. But
His brain just thinks he should. He doesn't have a gizzard. His brain just thinks he has a gizzard.
He's just a rock fighter.
He can digest cellulose.
Eat leaf. Maybe later. He'll eat some leaf.
It's called a salad. Don't make it weird.
So last time on this game, we had the Huyuk trials. So every member of the party officially became acolytes of Huyuk. Everyone became official acolytes of Huyuk, which are sort of like warriors or problem solvers who go around helping people and trying to find discarded and lost things and history and, sort of adventurers / archaeologists / peacekeepers. We'll get into it.
A little bit Indiana Jones.
A little bit Indiana Jones. So you guys all are officially members. You all got your hoods and tabards that mark you. Yeah, let's pick up sort of the day after the ceremony. You guys have gotten some sleep since you were up all night. I assume that you sort of slept until noon and you don't have anything else to do today, but tomorrow you have 2 classes. You have a general sort of fighting warrior type class with the Fab Four.
Really? That's what you're
what?
calling them?
That's what we're calling them. The should we be concerned about that?
Nah,
No, we should. They can get out of the back gate.
I fixed it.
You fixed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's bricks.
Oh, there's bricks. Oh, our neighbor is in his own yard.
I don't think that's actually our neighbor. I think that's a hired dude to do yard work and shit.
Wonder if we could hire him to do yard work and shit. Anyways, fuck, where was I?
School.
Tomorrow, you have classes. You have classes with...
The critter quadro.
Yeah, the Quitter Quattro. The Critter
That's
Squad.
worse.
We have class with the Critter Squad.
But they don't even listen to Critical Role.
I bet they don't. No. Fuck. Anyways, they are 4, just anomalous friends who teach fighting and, help me. There's a better word for this. They teach
Tactics?
Thank you. That's the one. That's the boy.
I was guessing.
And then you have a class with Trey's mentor, Epiphany Blue, about just anomalous and planar mechanics. It is essentially orientation to what your guys' jobs are going to be, and some information that will make it helpful to do those jobs. But for now, it's afternoon. You guys have rested. You have the afternoon to get settled in, to explore. I'm gonna post a sort of, it's not a full map of the city, which we will get eventually, but this is the prep I had time for, basically. But here is one thing. Where is the pointer? This is where you guys all live. This is your dorm area. We discussed last game the crevasses, which is to say the cracks. This is oriented, regular, north is up, essentially. Man, train of thought today. Anyways, here's another.
The train of thought is over on the south side of town hauling onions.
Yeah.
We live in a town whose main export is onions, y'all.
We do. Here is a better. I cleaned up this image. So essentially, the way this city is laid out is there's rings. So there's a road both on top of the ground and in the tunnels that goes in a circle around the city, and then there's like an outer circle where the gates are. There's about 5 stories to each of the canyons, each of the crevasses, each of the cracks. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so excited. You guys live in the residential area. There's a market near the docks. There's an artisan and industry area where people are making things and building things. They live nearest to a dump, which the thing about the Huyuk organization is their original purpose was, 1, like aid, like humanitarian aid, 2, waste disposal. So, in every city, almost every city, on the continent, there are Huyuk sects, and they act as rag pickers, trash collectors. They collect night soil. They also deal with like funeral rites. And so in
Also orphans.
this city, Orsia, there's
Which is the only reason we got Alex to play.
there's a dump near the city where barges and carts of essentially useful looking trash get brought and sorted. And this is what they built the city out of. Spare, just, weird stuff they found, basically.
Useful looking trash is my gender.
So yeah, do we want to skip to tomorrow to the classes? Do you guys want to have some in-character conversations or exploration? How are you guys feeling?
I feel like we need if anyone else, I feel like I need a little momentum to get into the RP. Like I need a jumping off point.
All right then, let's just.
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
We did the overnight vigil at the obelisk. What happened after that? Did somebody just like pick our sleepy butts up off there, or did we have to walk back to the dorms, or what?
Okay, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Because there is no way Trey wouldn't want to have like a meaningful heart-to-heart about how they're all in the Hayek now, and how are they feeling about that, and what are they looking like. Trey will want to talk to them in a very annoying and earnest manner.
Are you gonna
I'm
make
just
us sit
imagining
crisscross
when, like-
applesauce?
Yeah.
I'm reminded of when like the interviewers come up to the people who are walking the red carpet, and like half the people are just like staring at the microphone like, do I have to? I just came here to watch a movie and wear fancy clothes.
Trey is totally that 22-year-old teacher who sits backwards in the chair, like that's gonna make him cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so how you got back to your dorms is, yeah, you walked, but you had an escort. Epiphany Blue came to pick you up, and, basically, so before this, your tabards were, like, off-white, they're, like, gray, they're, like, undyed linen, probably. And I know at least several of you could get really nerdy about fabric, but,
I'm trying hard not to.
I can sense it. I can feel it in my heart. But yeah, like undyed linen, and then Epiphany Blue came, and there was like a little ceremony. And, you know, Trey's family was watching, a bunch of the older acolytes and stuff were watching, and in the ceremony, each of you guys were given a color for your tabards. If you want me to remind you what those colors were, I can. And then, like, Epiphany Blue walked you back to your dorm. So let's just say it's still that morning, and Trey is like, okay, let's sit crisscross applesauce and debrief.
Yeah, so Trey sits down, and he looks at all of you, he says, you know, do you have any questions for me? I know this experience, it can be really intense. Definitely heard, you know, people have, you know, a lot to process afterwards. So just, you know, come to me if you need to talk about anything.
Is Trey gonna mention the dreams? Because you all had dreams. And Trey would know that the dream is like a thing. Your Huyuk dream is like...
I think Trey wouldn't, though, because to him that would be, like, really private and personal.
Right.
If you want to volunteer and be like, oh, yeah, this is what I dreamed, he would be happy to hear about it. But he isn't gonna, like...
Please mute if you're gonna be picking things off the pizza.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So yeah, Trey I don't think would ask.
Okay, so if Trey wants to debrief, Trey, start the debrief.
And Trey takes a deep breath. He says, you know, I'm so excited that we can really start. I'm really excited for all our classes, and I'm really, really excited for missions. You guys have no idea. It's gonna be so sweet. So we all get a stipend, and you should start looking, you know, in the marketplaces for some useful things that you might need. And you can always talk to Aunt Annie. I mean, of course, Epiphany, teacher. Anyway, you guys can talk to the teachers if you need help finding, you know, deciding what you need. But we're gonna be going on journeys and trips, and we should all start preparing for it.
Oh yeah, when do we get paid?
Wait, we get paid?
You don't get paid. Or you get paid, well, no, I take it back.
He said stipend.
It's
yeah, like an allowance, like.
Yeah, it's not very big, but I think that you guys probably all received it when you received the gifts that Trey's family gave you.
Yeah, I imagine there was money in there.
Mm-hmm.
What, like 5 gold each?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do I go on Michi? When do you get paid? You got paid.
So actually, I think Trey's gonna say that. Michi, you got paid. Didn't you look at the stuff that you got when we finished our ceremony?
No.
And Trey just looks at her and goes, well, I'm sure you're very tired.
And I think then she just starts, like, rummaging in, like, the pack that the stuff is in. Like, doesn't bother to actually, like, respond. Just, like, starts lifting things out and looking at them. It's what, like a black, basically a utility belt?
Yes, yeah, a Batman belt. Yeah. Not quite a Batman belt, but yeah, you know, it's a belt, it's got some pouches built in, it's got, like, a sheath for a dagger built in. I think probably they knew, I mean, all of you guys have a dagger, right?
Everyone has a
Oh
dagger.
yes.
That's pretty standard.
Everyone in the whole entire
It's
universe.
you know,
has a
it's
dagger.
got a really nice
It's
Very
like
important.
it's got a nice water
mean-
skin. Yeah.
Granted, Esme's is probably more of a Sentoku, but it's a dagger. It counts.
Counts.
Yeah.
I'm working hard to hold myself back from quoting the Lion in Winter. I'm 40 and we're barbarians. We all have daggers.
Yeah. So, how are Esme and Olive doing?
Olive's just sort of sitting, taking everything in, and like quietly thinking to herself, like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting to get paid. I just figured they were giving my parents the money. I'm still trying to figure out if they sold me off or not."
At least you're unsure. Mine explicitly didn't want me.
That's a shame. People have value. They should have sold you.
I think Trey would notice that only Michi said anything, so Trey
Was that not in character? I really hope that was in character.
No, I thought that was in character.
Oh, okay.
Well, my character was like thinking to herself, but I guess this is happening out loud, so okay.
I mean, we can be kind of mumbling it at each other.
And like, I will say, Casey does that all the time. As someone, when you are very vigorously ignored by the people around you, it definitely becomes habit just to say things out loud because nobody pays attention and nobody.
Oh.
Oh boy, I know what that's
It was
like.
very nice while it lasted.
Yeah, now Casey lives with people who listen to the things they say. It's very hard for them. It's a trial, please.
I know that struggle.
Introduce themselves?
Casey introduced themselves, yeah, before
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
It happened. I was there.
Your brain is mush.
It'd be like that.
Okay, so if you guys said that out loud, then Trey is looking at you guys with like big anime eyes.
The about to cry giant moe wet eyes, or like the oh my god what the hell giant eyes?
No, like sparkly. My mom is gonna be so excited that these two are adoptable.
I mean, my mom wanted me, just everyone else in the Driftwood Monastery didn't.
That's also sad. Yeah.
Well, Trey says, all the more reason for you to be here.
Fucking train.
It's
Sounds
the
like you guys have like a tow barge going on behind you.
Oh yeah, that's, it's basically
There is nothing that I can do.
no. We have to live with that for until about December.
it's a fantasy train, guys. Don't worry about it. It's just one of the really friendly noises of Orsay.
It's the garbage barge going
It's
to the southern
garbage.
docks.
It's the garbage barge going to the southern docks. Which you'll see down
The
here.
garbage.
Which is down here. Goes over to the dump down here. Anyways, so
Yeah, so Trey immediately starts composing the letter he's going to write to his mother. Because if you think that Trey isn't portentously writing letters to his parents who live 2 blocks away.
As long as we're sharing, what about you, pup? Why'd your parents get rid of you?
Ooh!
Oh no.
Trey
Yeah,
says,
Stan's barely listening. They're sitting like when you put a dog, like when you put booties on a dog. They're just kind of standing there on all fours, just like eyes blank.
Do they have the hood and cloak on and all their new Huyuk gear, and they're like, why clothes? Yeah, it's exactly like when you put clothes on a dog. They're just like,
Hey, dog, I'm talking to you. Hey,
Nah.
I think we broke the dog.
Michi, stop calling Stan a dog. Michi, Stan is our friend.
the bugbear. He's a bugbear.
fuck's a bugbear?
I don't know.
You don't look like a bug.
And you don't look like a cat.
Well, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. This goes on for another 30
Yeah,
seconds.
this just drifts off into the background while everyone else is talking.
Also, I don't know if everyone can see the roll 20. Here's a little picture of Stan with too much clothes.
No, that's not the right one.
That's a cute one, though.
That's the only one I have. I will also.
Well, you're gonna get another one in a second.
Oh, good. Okay.
I think at this point, Trey probably sends everybody up to have a nap.
That's more like Stan.
Hey, can I just pull this into the roll 20?
I don't think
Yes.
Yeah.
Will it?
You have to do it to the desktop and then into the roll 20.
Okay, well, it popped onto the stream anyway.
It popped onto the stream anyway. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's
our Stan.
I think I closed roll 20 on accident.
Wait, did you close roll 20 or did you close?
Okay, Control Shift T.
You did, because you're not in roll 20 anymore.
It's fine. Don't worry about
No,
it.
the stream's still going, so there's that.
Control Shift T.
Why am I doing this, you guys? I don't know what's going on. I've never known any things. Anyways, so yeah,
It's
y'all
not
go
like
take a
you've
nap.
secretly been better at computers than me for literally the entire time we've known each other.
But I don't want to be. I resist. I resist being good at computers.
It's like how I resist being competent.
It was not knowledge acquired through cursed means, and I don't wish to acknowledge it. Thank you very much. Moving on. Volume?
You're loud.
I'm
You're
loud.
yelling.
I'm yelling.
If you're gonna yell, just roll back a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Well, the problem is there's so much Angus in my chair.
Yeah, but the chair has wheels. You can take Angus with you.
Did you bring the dogs in?
No?
Okay.
Your cat is movable.
This is bad content,
This
y'all.
is terrible content. So you guys take a nap.
I know how Austin Yorsky feels.
Do you... So you guys take a nap. Do you want to fast forward to the next day and your classes?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've antagonized Stan enough for an afternoon.
Fuck you.
Imagine
We just go
everyone
into
has-
the room, just going back and forth. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
Fuck
you.
you.
I imagine,
Fuck
like,
you.
everyone else kind of just leaves as they're sitting going, fuck you, back and forth, and Trey is the last one to just drag them both out.
I imagine them crawling into their bunk beds, still kind of sleepily, being like, fuck you. But also, it's like I feel like Michi is excited to have found someone who's gonna fight with her, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Down the hallway very quietly as Meg was like trying to read.
This personality trait is a direct call out on Casey.
Anyways, so yeah, so you know, you guys take a nap, and then you spend the rest of the afternoon, you know, organizing your bedrooms so they're the way you like it, and maybe Esme makes some food in your guys' sort of smallish cooking area. Maybe you you have toilet. Like, you don't have a bathroom in your dorm. You have to go to, like, a group bathhouse that's, like, on that street. And there's, like, toilets, outhouses, like,
Is it an onsen?
You ain't getting
Yes.
me to a secondary location. Sorry, I couldn't not. Anyway.
It is an onsen. I regret nothing. You can't make me do anything. I'm gonna put an onsen in it if I want to. Fuck all of you.
We're all weebs
Wait,
here.
are we having a bathhouse scene?
I mean, we're not having the scene, just I'm saying that maybe at some point during the day, you go to the bathhouse, and that instead of having a bath in your shared space, there's a communal bathhouse.
Very Roman.
Very Roman. Thank you. It's Roman. It's not any other type of thing.
With a lot less plague.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we'll see.
It's
There
debatable.
might be plagues. Don't make.
Yes.
I promise nothing. I make no commitments to no plague.
I guess it's time I learned to cure disease.
Hey, same.
Michi absolutely does not go to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Michi takes dust baths like a chinchilla.
Oh, so that's why she's so delightfully floofy.
Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs, so I'm gonna mute myself for a second, and I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got it.
No sweat. Yeah, so, yeah, so it is, you guys pass that day, you do stuff, there might be an onsen episode, but we're skipping it, and it is the next morning, and you guys have class with, the critters, the critter squad. So I'm just gonna post a quick picture of the critters, just to give a visual, and because I drew it and it made me happy. And I didn't get a chance to color it or like organize it, so it's not just like floating guys in space, but I don't care. These are for teachers. For stat purposes, they are rolled. The mammals are rolled as goblins, and the non-mammals are rolled as kobolds. And they are teachers at the school. They're anomalous. They're essentially kobold and goblin anomalous. And they've lived in the city for many years and been Huyuks for many years and taught many generations of young Huyuk Acolytes the basics of defending themselves and, the skills that they'll need to take on any kind of magical nonsense. And they are Rixbert, the little fox, Del Chili, a little monkey, C.S. Numo, a little horny toad, and Ron Miller, the frog.
Why did you let Leaves do this?
Hi, it's me. I let my friend some Leaves in Hot Water, who you should, follow if you like Minecraft and esoterica.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I let my friend name my NPCs, which some people might say is a mistake, but it always entertains me. So yeah, here are your teachers, and their classroom is actually essentially the same place where you did the trials. But now, in the first area, there's like some tables and some chairs, and then it leads into the arena, which can be changed up through all manner of props. And they're all sitting down drinking. They're all drinking not coffee, because coffee is expensive, but they're all drinking cups of tea, and they just they welcome you like good morning. Is Alex back?
I am back. Hi.
Okay, cool. So Del Chili stands up and he says, "Good morning. Welcome to your first fighting class. You guys did great yesterday for your trials, but today we're probably going to do some practice fighting and talk about what kind of things you might encounter during your missions."
I mean, what else are you gonna teach us? I already kicked your ass once.
They all kind of look at each other with like a smile, and they say, "Well, we're very skilled warriors, so we can adjust our skills and our equipment based on the level of the guys, the students." So basically what I'm saying is I'm adjusting their levels to match your levels, essentially. And I'm not going to tell you the esoterics of how I statted that. Just know that there's all kinds of fun kobold and goblin variations that I'm going to try out. So you'll probably, you'll battle these guys at least this one more time, because, hey, it's me. I wanted a rematch. I rolled terribly last time. And I love these characters so much, so I gave them some new stats. They're a new challenge rating. We'll see how you guys do. But is there any conversation you want to have before you move into a practice fight?
So, what, you just fight us sometimes and expect us to learn things? Is that what this is?
Yes. Yeah.
Sure, I'm in. Better than sitting at a desk. On a desk. Under a desk.
Out of character, I feel like Michi could not, in fact, sit in a normal chair and desk if it, like...
Under pain of death.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Michi has been kicked out of more classes than any of y'all have ever been in.
I'm imagining Michi sitting on the desk like a cat, like with her hands like down and her legs like crouched, just like sitting on top of the desk.
Yes.
Michi is full-on Commander Riker energy. She cannot sit. She can sit in a chair any way except the way you actually sit in the chair.
Yes. Which is honestly true to life for me.
Yes.
The only reason I'm sitting in a chair right now is because I need to be able to hold my laptop.
Details.
So CS Numo says, when you guys go out on missions, you're gonna encounter a lot of complicated situations, and a lot of tough foes. We have a long history. Orsi and the Huyuk are one of the groups who have had a consistent history through the ages since the cataclysm, since the overgrowth took over our land and slaughtered everyone. And we have had a consistent history, and we've noticed that in the past 10 years, incidents of an unusual and magical nature have been occurring at a much higher rate than they used to. Suddenly there's more young people who are, wizards like young Trey, or have other kinds of magical abilities. These people used to be extremely rare, but more and more are finding their way to Huyuk, and more are cropping up in cities and towns all over the country. There's not only that, but there have been rumors of planar rips, which, we don't know of any around here, but there are some places in the city that are marked as off limits. So, it's just unstable.
Totally not a portal. Don't go there, kids.
Yeah, if anyone's paying attention, you can absolutely see Michi react to the words off limits. There is no attempt to hide this.
So yeah, they ask, are you guys ready to try round 2? And why doesn't everybody roll initiative?
Yay.
Roll for initiative. Oh boy, I'd love to.
All right.
Wow, Michi really is raring to go.
Oh yeah.
How do you have a +3 to init? Oh, never mind.
Dex score.
Um,
And none of y'all put shit in Dex.
I beg to
I
differ.
forgot how to play D&D.
Well, and if a monk can't ace an initiative roll, what good are they?
Yeah.
Monk being quick on the draw to get into a fight, that does seem like epitome of monk.
True, I mean, how many times has that been a thing of Taret, where it's Taret has the first initiative, doesn't she?
Always. For anyone listening, Taret is a character that Alan plays who is a monk in a campaign that I DM, which is currently on hiatus, because I'm kind of a mess and can't handle DMing responsibilities right now.
We accept this.
And we love you.
Yes. So much.
Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get my stuff all organized. It was organized when I went to bed. And
Our
then it kind of got
Organized.
it got unorganized. All right, so order is Michi. Who wants to go first with Olive and Trey?
Next.
I don't care, so Olive can go first.
The second you say that, I just imagine actually Olive also being like, "No, it's okay," and Trey being like, "No, really," and they're literally just like politely like, "No, you can go get beat up first. No, really, I insist."
Also, Esme has an initiative bonus of 4.
Yeah.
Jeez, scrappy dexterous little like noodle pop.
That's me.
How did you get your dex that high?
Magic.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Probably literally
No.
magic.
No, I like to think it's a backstory thing.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are in another big circular room. It's the same big This is a terrible encounter, but I was salty. I wanted to try again. Also, I wanted to get you guys to level 3 before sending you out to do stuff. So, there's more. There's more planned in the city, but it happens after classes because of reasons. Anyways, so yeah, it is Michi's turn in the order.
All right. Yeah, Michi definitely does like the like anime fight trope of like drop into a stance and then zoom forward.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for Del Chili again.
Del Chili? All right.
Del Chili's the one who's talking shit.
All right.
Talk shit,
And
get hit.
so I'm going to... There we are.
Yeah, that hits. Those both hit.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pop my first ever key point for Fury of Blows. Which is that one?
Feels good, doesn't it?
Two. Huh?
Like, feels good, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
there's a bit of an adrenaline rush to doing that as a monk. Especially at higher monk levels where you can just go nuts and go aura, aura, aura.
Oh, wait, okay, so it's... That takes up the bonus action, so I don't get the bonus action attack, so I get one more.
Okay. That does not hit.
Okay. And damage. 2 of them hit. For a total of 11.
Yeah, you take Del Chili out again immediately.
Wow.
So
I thought you
fucking
said it was gonna be harder this time.
Del Chili looks at you like, I think he has a potion in his pocket and he swigs it, but he goes and sits on the side like, you got me. And he looks at you, he shakes his head and says, I think he says to the others, these are some tough kids. Anyways, I guess...
Did he just basically,
Yes!
launch punch Del Chili into almost knocked out in one hit?
Yes!
It's a 2-hit combo.
He had 10 hit points. This was rated on Kobold Fight Club as a hard challenge! Alright, so it's Olive's turn.
I see why, though.
Why?
So... Yeah, no, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
You're not utilizing the stat block's abilities effectively. Just putting him in front of me is easy.
Okay.
But what makes them difficult is all the other things.
I'm tired. Yeah.
You're You're valid and we love you.
I mean, there is always a bit of a paper, rock, scissors of, like, if you get initiative, you
Oh yeah, for sure.
just beat something because you were first.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, now that you say that, I know how I should have set up this encounter. It's been a long week, guys.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Hold on. Just to grab it.
Really fun when you get to say it's been a long week on a Monday. That's really good
I mean,
sign.
my work week started on whatever 4 days ago was.
That's
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Schmernday.
Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Time doesn't exist.
It really doesn't.
Anyways. I am going to describe the arena just a little bit more, which is they have set up much more objects, many more pillars, many more rocks. So the arena is very much crowded with stuff. And
So it's kind of like that space where we found the junk pile that we used to solve the puzzle, or like...
yeah, it's the same space. It has all the junk. It's been moved around, and there's actually more than there was last time, and more and bigger stuff. This room is constantly, they're changing out what junk is in here.
I imagine a little bit set up like a laser tag or paintball arena.
Yes, yeah.
So the teachers just said that we have to beat them?
Yeah.
Okay. How, like, what kind of spacing are the 4 teachers in, aside from Delch, who's just, like, walked out off edge after getting beaten?
The others are essentially in the back half of the room.
About how much distance from, like, us to them?
Well, you notice that Rickspert is somehow managed to make it on top of one of the columns, so she is like 30 feet away in terms of like distance, and then like 30 feet up in the air on top of a tall thing. You should bring the dogs
Okay.
in.
Is there anything, is there any plant matter in any of...
I don't think so, no. It is
Darn.
mostly rock and wood and metal. You know, stuff that's meant to be moved around. So I don't, you know, that's not a nice...
Nothing's been sitting long enough to grow any weeds or anything.
Yeah, no, and that's not a nice thing to do to plants. Like, you know, it'd be sad to have a bunch of plants in an arena where people are constantly fighting and blowing stuff up.
I mean, plants generally don't ask permission to go grow where they grow, but that's a different topic.
I mean, yeah, this is like in an underground cavern, though, like,
Oh, I thought we were like I thought the top half was like open air, like a big bowl.
Oh, there is an open air portion, but this isn't it.
Oh, okay. So we're like in a big underground bubble, half full of trash.
Yes. Yeah. Trash bubble.
Trash bubble.
Alright, well I'm gonna take my turn to use wild shape.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna turn into some kind of thing. I guess I'm gonna have to look it up because basically my armor and attack is based on, so it doesn't really have a good compendium in the book, unfortunately.
No, better to Google that shit.
Well, that basically takes up my action, so a turn.
All right, so next is Trey's turn.
Okay, Trey has decided to just do the direct thing and he's going to hit probably the closest one to him with Firebolt.
Okay, none of them are super close
Teddy.
to you.
Teddy,
Rixpert is, on top of a pillar, and, Ron and Numo are, sort of semi-concealed, behind some rocks they're next to each other on the left side of the room.
Is Rixpert in magic missile range? It is. He is, right? That's 120.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he's gonna cast magic missile at Rixpert.
Okay. So that's 3 force damage. Okay.
What did I do?
No,
You
magic
did it.
missile automatically hits. It's the beauty of magic missile.
No, I accidentally exited out of roll 20.
Oh no.
We're all like this.
I mean, looking at the thing, it's got 3 force damage.
Yeah. So he took 3 damage. Hi, I have a question. Do you guys want to skip this encounter? Is this totally pointless?
No, not everyone's had a turn to do anything.
Okay. So it is,
Teddy,
One turn.
this is why I had
But,
them
I mean,
outside.
One thing you could do, because this is a tutoring, like you could have everybody have a turn and then say, well, we're breaking the fight up because the point isn't really to fight to the death or to fight to win. It's to fight so that they can see your style and then give you tips.
Okay. It is Esme's turn.
Okay. Let's see. How far away is Ron Miller?
Ron
me.
Miller is probably 50 feet away from you. He's in the corner. Yeah.
Okay. What's the protocol for throwing melee weapons?
That is, I want to say an improvised ranged attack.
Okay.
So, if you're throwing your knife, you are not proficient with that, I don't believe.
Nope.
I believe it's a disadvantage roll if it's not a weapon that has combat throwing on it in the weapons list.
Okay.
Daggers are throwable, though.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
going back outside.
I
Hang
said
on.
that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna throw.
I'm
Boys!
sorry we're having such dog problems.
I
Such
thought I
a-
remembered Esma also having like a mallet or something, so I wasn't sure which weapon you were talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna go for my quote-unquote mace, which as we have established is a meat tenderizing mallet. Just kind of
Yeet your mace at a frog. All right, just you know.
Mace to the face.
So how would I roll for that? How would I roll that?
That's a d20 plus dex, no
Oh, good.
proficiency bonus, at disadvantage.
Okay, D20 plus Dex. Let's see. Slash roll. Okay.
Oh yeah, that hits.
It's at disadvantage, though.
Oh, it's at disadvantage.
So then I just do a Dex check.
No, you just roll
You
it again.
do the same roll again and take the lower roll.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
That actually still hits. So, yeah. He tries to jump out of the way, but you catch him in the gut. Roll damage.
Okay, dokes. Would it be rolling for, since it's not being used as a melee weapon, like how would I calculate the damage on that?
I want to say it's, I think it's a d4.
Okay.
I think it's
I'll
just a
just roll a
straight
D4.
d4. It's technically an improvised weapon.
2 damage.
Okay. But so he doesn't take very much damage. He sort of gets hit and knocked back, but he seems to kind of just bounce right back like rubber.
Aw. He's a rubber frog.
All right, it is Ron Miller's turn. I'm
Ron Miller's gonna be
excited.
king of the pirates.
Alan. I mean, I thought it too, but why?
He is going to use his sling.
no.
And he has advantage on an attack roll because one of his allies is within 5 feet
Okay.
of the creature,
Of the enemy.
of the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
creature can just be
so,
thing
like,
you're attacking.
So I don't think he does have advantage because I don't think any of them are that close to
no,
you.
it would... If you're looking at the pack tactics mechanic,
Yeah.
that is like, say if I hadn't have taken out Del Chili, and then I'm in melee range with Del Chili, so pack tactics applies if Ron Miller attacked me.
Alright, well, Ron Miller is just going to attack Esme with his sling.
Okay. Roll that thing.
Don't mean a thing if you ain't got that.
Ah! 12, does 12 hit?
It does not hit.
Oh my god, okay, alright.
It goes whistling over Esme's head.
It is CS Numo's turn. So CS Numo, sprints towards, I think, yeah, Esme. And her speed's 30 feet, so she can get within range. And she attacks with her claws. Just a big old swipe from a little horny toad. Nope, that's
Okay,
not
so
right.
sorry, Sans Numero is also attacking me?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, that's an 11.
that's an 11.
So she swipes at you with her claws and just misses. Anyways, and last but not least is Rickspert, who is crouched on top of a pillar and is going to shoot her short bow at Michi.
Bring it.
Ha!
Yeah, that hits.
So that is
I don't have deflect missiles yet.
D4 plus 5. And you have to make a con saving throw.
Okay. No.
Oh. So that's 8 damage plus, plus 4, so that is 12 damage
Fuck.
total. Does that take you out?
No.
Okay. But you're definitely feeling a little woozy.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, what's that? Does someone need me to heal them?
No, I'm fine.
It is Stan's turn.
I want to establish, like, right now, the first time Michi actually needs healing from Esme. Esme is going to be a little bit of a dick about it.
A little. I think you deserve to be a little bit more than that.
I thought you were gonna go the opposite, that like the first time, like, actually asks for healing, Esme's like, oh sure, since you asked.
The first one's free.
Wow, cutthroat.
I'm gonna do it. It's great.
Yeah, Ron Miller's still in the game, right?
No. He's the one who got taken out.
No. I took
Del Chili was the one that got taken out.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. Ron Miller is still in the game. Yeah.
Okay.
So Rick Spritz up high, Ron Miller and CS Numo are ground level.
Yeah. CS Numo is right up close to Esme.
Okay.
And Ron Miller is still closer
Closing
to
that
the
gap.
back of the room.
Okay, change of plans. Stan is going to, well, first trip over their garments again because they're not used to wearing anything like this. And going to attack Sis Numo. 9 doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't.
They trip and fall face first.
Oh!
Aww. Poor Babby.
Poor Babby. Yeah, do you guys want to do another round? I think what happens after he trips is Ron Miller actually walks over and helps stand up. And he looks over and he says, "Wow, you guys are doing great. Do you wanna go another round? How are you guys feeling?"
Michi's gonna absolutely take the next turn in initiative. So you guys could decide afterward if you want to call it, but Michi's taking one more fucking shot.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my slingshot and take a shot at Rickspert. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Damn it.
I think Rickspert does just like a cute little fox dodge and like just kind of jumps to the top of another thing and like laughs at you. How are you guys feeling? You want to do a little more fight?
I'm really neutral, so if you guys want to keep doing it, I can do it. I might go and just get some Advil.
Yeah.
Bring Michi some Advil. I'm good with whatever you guys want to do.
I'm neutral, so.
I'm also neutral.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, in character and out of character. Like, in character,
Fine!
Olive's just kind of sitting in giant cat form, like, well, okay.
I mean, okay. Aaron, are you having fun?
I want to try a thing.
Then yeah,
Okay.
I say let's keep going.
Hey, it's me. I'm gonna fucking cheat. I'm gonna fucking cheat! I'm gonna cheat! Sorry, no yelling. But Del Chili, who is sitting at the side and who in character drank a health potion and is back up to full health.
Health potions don't get you to full health.
Okay, let me roll. What's a health potion?
Most health potions are
Health
actually
potion.
a D4 plus con, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna roll D4 plus con for Del Chili. Fight me. I'm the boss. Okay.
I might get some Advil, but I want to find out what's happening with Del Chili.
He's back up. He's back up to several, more than 0 hit points. And he sprints around the room and throws out some pocket dust and makes an attempt to hide, which is, what's a stealth roll? Is that Dex?
Stealth is a skill, so I think it's just whatever his...
Yeah, so
It looks like it is dex based.
does that one not have
It's D20 plus the dex.
Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
the proficiency in the skill of the
stealth
character
plus
has that
5.
skill.
Stealth plus 5. Yeah, okay. Nope. I forgot how to play this game, but I'm gonna cheat. Hell yeah! Del Chili! Throw some pocket sand. There's a cloud of dust. He runs around the room, and then you can't see him anymore.
Pockets.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, and now you can't see him. So, now it is Olive's turn again.
I'm a cat.
So fuck some shit up.
You're a cat?
Wild shape.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
I turned into like
oh!
a big lynx thing.
Oh,
The
hell
closest I
yeah!
found from a chart I looked up was panther. I figured that'll work for like a big
Yeah,
lynx for stat-wise.
Yeah, I'm in.
My HP's actually down to 13.
Right, but once that goes back, you just go back
you
to your regular shape. So it's not down to 13, you have 13 extra hit points, essentially.
Yeah. You know what? I'll put that in the temporary hit point slot. That seems
That
Yeah.
makes the most
useful
sense,
spot
yeah.
to put that.
Um,
And I got 12 AC while I'm a cat. I didn't find attack things for this, though, so I'm not sure what kind of attack abilities.
What specific animal are you?
I found a chart somebody put together, and I was using panther. Like I said, I was imagining like a lynx or a bobcat kind of thing. Just 'cause
that's
it
so
seemed like
cute. That's so
A
cute.
kind of animal she would have seen in the areas she's been
Mhm.
through.
Okay, so you have a +4 to hit. So it's a D20 plus 4.
D20 plus 4, or is that plus to my damage? So that's just increased chance to hit?
Yeah, so you roll D20 plus 4 to hit.
Okay.
Who are
And
you
then-
attacking, by the way?
Who? Let's see. Rickspurt's up on a pile of trash,
Yeah,
and Del Chili has disappeared,
yeah.
and where
Ron Miller is near Stan, and CS Numo is near Esme.
Okay. You know what? She's gonna go after Rickspurt, since Rickspurt's like up high.
Mm-hmm.
Them cat instincts are like climb stuff.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell
So
yeah.
I can distinctly get stuck up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's going like leaping, bounding up after for a big swipe.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Yeah, so if you...
RD 20. Were you gonna say something else, Jamie?
Yeah. So as a panther, you have an ability called Pounce, where if you move 20 feet straight forward a creature and then hit with claw attack, that creature has to make a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone, and if the target is prone, then you get a bonus attack.
Doing that then. Should we do the same roll still, or is there a different roll for them?
Same roll.
Okay. I forgot the
Oh,
dice.
shit!
Oh, shit!
Yay, that hits!
Nice.
Damn!
Alright. So your damage is going to be 2d4 plus 2, because it's a crit.
Yeah.
So 7
yeah.
damage.
Doesn't feel
Then
as
Rickspurt has to make a
impressive
strength saving throw.
You know what? Rickspurt's down.
What, for real?
Mhm.
Shit.
The goblins only have 10 hit points.
Oh, damn.
now. Plus, I imagine, like, getting pounced off of, like, a 30-foot high trash pile, that's just gotta be bad.
Yeah, no, it's bad. She also pulls a health potion out of her pocket to bring her back above 0, but she goes and sits down. She's like, I'm done!
Hell,
You
yeah,
got me.
sloth!
What?
Didn't know you had it in ya.
When Olivine realizes how hard she hit Rickspurt, and Rickspurt's, like, reaching for the health potion, Olivine, like, pats her on the head with the giant paw, and is like, are you okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rickspurt smiles at you and says, "You did great. You're doing great. You guys are one of our best teams so far. You know, you guys are making incredible progress so quickly."
You're goddamn right.
And now it's Trey's turn.
The little stubby tail on the like dire lynx is wagging now.
That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
yeah.
care if she has panther stats. I'm keeping her as a bobcat in my head.
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine. I'm good with that.
Michi is inwardly very pleased that you chose the form of a cat. She's flattered.
Oh.
So yeah, Del Chili is hiding. Ron Miller and CS Numo are near Esme and Stan.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Brandon.
Ron Miller's the closest to Stan, if I remember from what you said. It was like Ron Newmer near Stan and Cia's Numo near Esme.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Are they both closer now? Are they close enough that I could shoot them with Firebolt?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shoot Ron Miller with Firebolt.
Okay. You should be... Oh, nice! 12 doesn't hit. So Ron Miller does a cute little frog hop, and jumps out of the way.
Imagine it blasts, like, between him and Stan.
Yeah, it's pretty close, though. It's, like, he's sweating. Now it's Esme's turn.
Cool. You know what? I know in my heart that crossbows aren't capable of making a shotgun cocking sound.
I mean, they make
because,
an ominous, like, whoosh click, I guess.
Well,
yeah.
they actually also make this wonderful, like, really deep, chunky click as you pop them into place. You do
There
have
we
to
go.
like, pull them back beforehand.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, no. Esme's just gonna after the.
Are you just gonna shoot CS Numo in the face?
I'm just gonna shoot CS Numa in the face.
Whoa!
Look, sometimes times call for things like this.
Yeah.
You had a crossbow. Why'd you throw your mace?
I wanted to look cool. Shut up.
Yeah, we see how that worked.
So there's two different.
It's me. She's like bleeding and limping.
So let's see. There's two different things in the thing for crossbow. Oh wait, okay, that's a melee strike with the crossbow. Got it. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll just.
You just whack someone with your crossbow.
Seems legit.
Does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So I think CS Numo literally just ducks out of the way, just like whoop. So it is Ron Miller's turn. So he is going to slash. I think he's going to not attack Stan, but he is going to attack Esme with his sling, and now he has advantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
Now there's pack tactics.
Oh.
A 12 does not hit.
Okay,
But
but I have advantage, so
Gotcha.
24.
A 24 very much extremely yes hits.
Oh no!
So
Here comes Bane.
that's 4 damage. That's
Okay.
the least amount of damage it could have done. So but yeah, Ron Miller smacks you in the face. And then I think that CS Numo... See, I want you to know that in character, CS Numo feels bad about this. But she is also going to use her sling to attack Stan, who is near enough to Ron Miller that she still gets advantage.
No,
Now
go
you're thinking
ahead.
of portals.
Yeah, so 25 hits.
Yep.
What's the do I get
So it's double the roll. So you roll it twice. So it's 2d4.
oh
I feel like with the
2d4
horrible
plus 3?
train
Yeah.
wreck that's about to hit Esma, we should throw it back on Garo and make Garo paint us a word picture of this like
Yes.
brutal
Absolutely.
attack.
Okay,
That was a total
so
of 7 damage.
yeah, that did 7 damage. Stan's
That
fine.
was the hit.
Yeah, I got low rolls twice, essentially. Yeah, so essentially how this works is this is Ron Miller and CS Numo going into high gear and feeling protective of their buddy. Because this is Kobold Pack Tactics. CS Numo says, "Ron, I gotcha!" And she whirls her sling around, and smack, she hits Esme right in the face. And then Ron Miller says, like, "Yeah, I got you too," and he swings his sling around and throws rock and smack, hits Stan right in the face.
Right
and
behind.
then they run towards each other and high five.
I love the jokes.
But not mechanically.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Chili used to
so
suck so much.
Del Chile is hidden, so he gets advantage, right? As a
Uh,
thief, I think he does.
Yes.
I'm gonna say he does. So there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 23 hits. Michi,
Yes.
an arrow comes at you from out of nowhere. And, that's, that's 8 damage. Make a con save.
No point. Michi's down.
Yeah, okay, Michi's down. I think, Rixpert runs over and, gives you a small healing potion. So roll just, like, D... whatever to heal up. D4. A D whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So that puts me at 5 HP.
And it is Stan's turn, and then I think the exercise is gonna be over. What's Stan doing?
Stan just got hit in the fucking eye with a stone.
Yes, he did.
And Stan's already feeling kind of bad because they're tangled up, they
Yeah.
tripped, and got hit in the face for doing basically nothing. They're actually not going to attack. They're going to use lay on hands on themselves and like sit on the ground and catch themselves out.
Stan just being like, I don't want to play.
That will help.
Stan's just like, I don't want to play anymore.
Can I use mage hand to like pick him back up a little? I know that we're not like that's not out of in order, but
It's a cantrip.
Well, the order is, we're out of order anyways. I think that the four of them are gonna gather, and Del Chile is gonna pick Michi up and say, you're really a fighter, kid. I'm really impressed. But I think we learned a really important lesson here today about enemies who are hiding, and about enemies who will climb and be up tall, and about enemies who will, fight stronger when you hurt their comrades. All those things are things you're gonna face out there in the world when you go.
And cheat.
He chuckles. He chuckles and says, "Oh yeah, but remember there might be hidden enemies, and remember that those enemies will be more vulnerable if you lure them out into the open." But Del Chile is just all smiles at Michi. He's just impressed. And he winks at you and he says, also if you stand out in combat, they'll come after you. And then I think Rixpert is gonna look over at Esme. Did Esme drop her wild shape?
Esme doesn't
mean
have wild
Olive?
shape.
Not Esme, yeah. Did
Olive.
Olive drop her wild shape?
I mean, she hasn't had another turn yet, so right now
Well, we're out of
We're out of.
okay.
I
Initiative.
was
initiatives.
unclear how much time it. I mean, she's still kind of new to this. Nah, she's still kind of like padding around in her big.
I
pink
think
form.
Rixpert's gonna come over and sort of pet your head and be like, "Wild shape is a great tool. You get extra HP and strong attacks and leaps."
The fuck is HP?
I was just about to. Have
Okay,
all
let me
this
rephrase that. You can take damage as your animal form, that doesn't affect your regular form. So you can take, a certain amount of damage before you turn back into yourself. So it's a good way to boost your health and your power by changing shape. And I think C.S. Numo and Ron Miller are going to look at Esme and be like, I actually thought it was pretty good when you threw your thing, but maybe don't throw your primary weapon. It doesn't always make a great melee weapon, especially when you have this bad boy. And he points at your crossbow. But also,
Told you.
But also maybe don't shoot someone with a crossbow if they're just standing right in front of you. It can easily duck out of the way. So, they pat you on the back. They, they say, great job. They give you guys some snacks. There's juice and cookies afterwards.
Yeah.
Michi's sulking. But definitely eating the juice and cookies. Angriest juice box. Doing that, irritated cat tail swish.
Yeah.
Just, in the corner.
And then, they say, go talk to Miss Annie. She has another class that'll give you more information about the planar rifts that have been occurring and about rate of anomalies in magic. So, you guys leave their arena, and you've been given a little. I think Trey knows his way around and knows where Annie Blue's study is and where you guys meet. So you go to meet Epiphany Blue, who is a middle-aged, older, in her 50s, or maybe early 60s, Genasi woman with blue skin and a poofy cloud of white hair that it's curly, and it's not quite actual clouds, but the appearance of clouds is so strong that you might be confused. Her tabard is light blue, and she says, "Oh, welcome. How did your training class go?"
Well, Del Chili's a fucking cheater.
She laughed and said, "Did he hide and shoot you from hiding?"
Well, he got back in after he was already out.
She nodded and says, "Yeah, they'll do that sometimes when they want to make a point."
Very sharp point. Ow. Really? Poison? Poison in a training? What the fuck?
She says, training's worthless if it doesn't prepare you for the real world. A lot of strange things have been happening everywhere lately. For a long time in history, after the overgrowth, people didn't have contact with their gods, and magic was scarce. Everything was different after the overgrowth. And although we have some records of what it was like pre-overgrowth, that time still remains a mystery to us. But the early post-overgrowth years, it was like the forest sucked up all the magic in the world. People lost, we lost knowledge of how magic worked, knowledge of the teachings, and nobody could do it anymore. But lately, these things have started to crop up with great frequency and in very unstable ways. We had a planar rift just in the city a few weeks ago, but we got it all taken care of.
How do you take care of a planar rift?
Hold on. How do I roll a secret thing?
No, there's a way to do it. I don't remember.
Oh, I'm assuming it's you're rolling to see whether she tells.
Just roll a die.
Yeah, I'm
Jamie. I think it'd be dependent on Jamie's persuasion then.
Hold on. I'm just gonna roll a dice, and you guys are just gonna
Deal with it.
Yeah.
You're the avatar, and we gotta deal with it.
flip a coin to see if tells big deep world secret to random cat girl.
Yeah, she says, oh, we have all kinds of, wizards and sorcerers who know how to do that kind of thing. Do you guys want to roll me a contested insight check?
Absolutely.
Insight check. Let's see, where's insight? Here's insight. Oop. What?
Oh!
Well, Esme just straight up isn't really paying attention. That's not as funny.
Man, I think Trey must be having a moment.
Trey's just like, I could be doing that one day. I'm a wizard.
Olive, that's a good...
You know what? I think Trey is still Mother Henning Stan.
Yeah.
Like, knows all of this. Like, the thing is, Trey knows everything that she's saying. None of this is news to him, and so he hasn't, like, been listening at all. So I think he literally missed this whole exchange because he's Mother Henning Stan, whom he's still very worried about because he has not forgotten Stan's distress at the dinner a day or two ago.
What aren't you
Stan
telling
is
us, lady?
completely ignoring Trey in order to listen to the lady.
Yeah, and basically what you gather is, this is a big old lie. They don't know how to close planar rifts. It hasn't really been a problem so far, but there's definitely a planar rift somewhere in the city, y'all.
Internally, I think Michi thinks, I know what being handwave sounds like.
Olivine raises her hand.
Yeah, she says, yes, dear?
Wait. There's a big rift in the city. Can't fix it, and you're just fine?
She looks at you. She gives you she sighs. She sighs really heavily and she says, "We haven't figured out how to close it, but we have it roped off. We sent a team into the other plane to see what they could find out, but they haven't come back yet, and nobody has come through. Nothing has come through. It's being watched. It's cordoned off, and we're doing extensive research to try to figure out how to close it."
How long has it been there?
She says, it's been there about a month is when, some kids found it, actually.
Are they okay?
Yeah, they're fine. Nothing happened. It was just like a hole to another world. And it didn't seem like we could figure out anything that had come through, or that anyone had gone through into the other world. Like we said, we sent a team. She sighs and says, planes, we've known that there are other planes for several hundred years, but we don't really know anything about them. They haven't been accessible. We know that there are elemental planes, just like there's elemental anomalous. She pats her hair and says, I'm an air elemental anomalous, and we know that there's an elemental plane of air, but we don't know how it's connected. She says that the planar rift that opened doesn't seem to be any of the other planes. It seems to be like a forest, but not a forest like the overgrowth. We don't know what manner of fey creatures live there. But she shakes her head and she says, you guys are, we sent in a very highly skilled team to do reconnaissance, and it's not something that you guys need to worry about.
More or less skilled than the Shorty Squad.
She gives you an eye, and says, Shorty's... She... and says, those teachers, what are they called? What are their official names? Say that again?
Sorry, I was off on the other side of the room. So the Shorty Squad, that's just sticking now.
She says, they adjust the level of difficulty of their fights based on what they want to teach you.
Yeah, they said that.
she looks at you and says, "It seems like they taught you some pretty important lessons."
So where is it? Where's the rift?
And she says, "I'm not going to tell you, but
You
it's
know,
cordoned. But it's
so I
cordoned.
can avoid it. I'm gonna roll deception.
Oh my god. Okay. Is that a perception or?
That would be a contested insight.
Can
What's-
Trey also roll?
Jamie, what's the? Look at my thing. What's the insight?
Insight is +3.
Okay.
Can Trey
Yeah.
also roll for this?
Sure. What are you rolling for?
Well, I want to see if I'm suspicious of,
Michi.
yeah, like I want to see if I'm believing.
Oh, she totally believes you. She's like, "Oh, well, that's all right then. It's in the Oh,
Trey
shit.
knows.
Trey knows. And she says,
No, Trey interrupts her and says, "Don't tell her she's lying."
I never.
I think she squints at Michi again and says, "Yes, well, it's guarded and cordoned off. You wouldn't be able to get to it anyways." And I think she doesn't tell you where it is.
Michi glares daggers at Trey.
Trey looks at her and says, "Well, what did you think I was going to do?"
Be a rat.
And so yeah, she while you're having this conversation, she claps her hands and says, I know what will distract you, young Michi. I know a place I'm sure you've all been dying to see." And she wiggles a little bit and she says, "Let's go to the library." And
Camera pans out. Crickets.
Even Trey is not impressed with this.
yeah, Trey has been to the library. He knows. Anyways, she does. Yeah?
I was gonna say Trey has met these people.
Yeah. Anyways, she does take you to the library. It's very cool.
How long have we been out? This is a good time for a break.
Yeah, you guys want to take a quick break?
Sure.
I haven't been paying attention.
We've been up for an hour and a half.
Oh, hi, Drazzy. There's viewers. Yeah, we've been up for an hour and a half. This seems like a great time for a break. All right.
Yeah. I'm losing it.
Yeah, let's all take a break and,
Snacks.
snacks.
Breaks.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Yeah.
Is that copyrighted? Can we get that?
All right,
My mic
hello.
was off. I was just saying I'm here.
Yeah, okay, we're here. We're ready. We're back. We're probably only gonna do another half hour or so. Because everyone is so tired.
I'm doing fucking great.
Jamie's doing great. Jamie's not
I feel
tired.
better than I have in a week.
Anyways, so Epiphany Blue takes you to the library, which I just want to describe because I love it. Okay, the library is a building in the university portion, which you can see here. It's in this wedge. So can I draw here? I need a line. Yeah, draw shape. Freehand. Let's go with blue. I don't want that color. They're sort of divided into wedges like this. And this middle circle, this one, is like a road that goes through the cliffs, that goes through the canyons, like on the inside, and it like is a whole circle that sort of connects everything. Is that clear? Is that understandable? For people?
I
I mean,
get
no,
it.
but it's me, so this means nothing, and you should know.
Multiple underground interlocking tunnels. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I can't visualize this at all, but that's not a you.
Yeah, no, that's just that part of your brain doesn't work.
Not-
Anyways, so the library is fairly close to the obelisk in this part, and it is huge. It is huge, and it is
Much library, very booked.
much library, very books, but also you know from the history. Well, who wants to roll me a history roll? Actually,
I'll roll.
I do.
I
For some
will.
reason.
I will roll.
Histor.
yeah, that makes sense. Trey, good. Oh my lord. So
Esme is the gutter punk who steals books, so that would also make
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, I grew up in the monastery. They were always talking about this fucking library.
yeah, okay, so what you guys know about Orcia is that there was a whole city here before the obelisk showed up and sort of tore the earth apart. And that this library is one of the few remaining intact. Like, it's like a building that sunk. It's very weird. It has 5 stories, and it is just huge. And it has some of the oldest books and scrolls and manuscripts in the world. It is one of the biggest libraries in the world. It's definitely bigger than the library in Amakar.
So somebody tried to stab the Library of Alexandria and buried it instead. Got it.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I mean, think, it's not quite as exciting as, what was the name of the owl god in Avatar?
Wang Shitong.
Wang Shitong's library. That
Wang
does
Shitong.
exist. We'll talk about the Spiral Library, which is rumored to exist within the Overgrowth, and is a dungeon I just desperately want someone to explore someday. I've had dreams about this library, you guys. Like, literally, this is a location that exists because of my dreams. It is an endless library made of towers with spiraling staircases. Anyways, that's in the Overgrowth. That's a mystery. That's a legend, a rumor. But this library is still one of the oldest, one of the biggest things of knowledge, and everyone who lives in this city, like, this city almost exists because of the knowledge that was here. So you get to the library, it's huge, cavernous, 5 stories, just stuffed with books. And after Epiphany shows you this, she sort of leaves you in the library, and she says, you're free for the rest of the day. You can go get food. There's like there's like a cafeteria in the university portion for Huyuks to grab a bite at when they're busy with their research and training and what have you. Or you can go back to your dorms, or you can go to the markets. But she leaves you in the library.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, at this point, when she finds herself in, in the company of a vast selection of books, it is more or less just become almost second nature to Esme to immediately start looking for anything that might tell her more about Mulla. Like, it's a rare thing to come across, but
Roll
she only
me
will if she starts looking for stuff. So.
Investigation.
roll me investigation. Okay, but wait, here's my question. Does she ask for help?
No.
All right, just roll me straight investigation then. You don't find anything.
Yeah. And she is not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she looks very hard. I think that if she had been willing to ask someone, what she would have found out is that, yeah, there's a whole section with writing about, almost every god that is worshipped in Aedros. It is a whole huge section because there are a lot of gods in Aedros. Aedros does not have...
Dang.
Like, the thing about Aedros is it doesn't have a pantheon. It has 5 different pantheons, which are sort of, they connect to each other the way that, like, Greek and Roman and so on. Yeah. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And there are also little, like, animistic gods in almost every village. There's...
That reminds me less of how Greek and Roman gods interact, and that reminds me more of how the European royal families
Yes.
and extend across like 2.5 continents.
Yes.
Millennia.
And there are like overlapping like themes. Gods in Aedros are mostly, every pantheon has a sun god and a moon god, and these gods are the same and different in various ways. There's the orcish ones and the elvish ones. But there's also just a lot of like
a big cataclysmic event where a sun god from each of 2 different pantheons are having a turf war because their cultures came into contact with each other.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I'm sure stuff like that
could be an amazing
happened.
setup.
I'm sure stuff like that happened pre-cataclysm, but post-cataclysm the gods have some very strict rules. Or they had some very strict rules. We'll find out about that later.
Mostly, I just sorely wish now that it wasn't, like, kind of out of character for Esme to really ask for much help about that.
Yeah, no, this library exists. You're gonna be in the city. Yep. Don't worry about it.
I am gonna try to make people think that I left, but I'm not actually leaving the library. So I'm gonna roll a stealth check. I don't know.
Can't be seen to be reading things. That's
okay. I guess roll some contested.
If you're looking for it, if not, we'll use passive. So there should be a passive perception. Everyone has passive perception.
My passive's 13, so Olive would still notice Michi trying to slink off, but Olive also doesn't care.
Where's passive perception listed?
It's underneath all your skills, sort of near where your money is.
Yeah. Okay. Mine's a 12. So technically, if we're using passive, no, Esme wouldn't notice. She'd maybe hear something, but she wouldn't notice.
Okay.
Where is it? Under the...
It's underneath your skills, sort of next to your money and items.
Oh, I'm 11, so he wouldn't notice.
Okay.
Although, actually, I feel like he's not just passive because...
Yeah!
Trey might keep an eye out. So...
if anything, Olive would just lock eyes with like, Michi for a second and just be like, are you gonna go hurt anyone?
Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
No mean.
Okay, so should I roll a perception action?
Yeah.
Since you want to keep track of me.
Also 11.
Alright. So...
Well, when Michi says no, Olive just waves and says, "Has fun," and then, like, plods off into the library on her
So
own.
Olive is the only one who notices. Michi head for the orcish poetry section.
There is an extensive orcish poetry section. It's bad, y'all.
Michi's got some bougie taste.
Is it some Vogon poetry nonsense?
No, it's Victorian
I'm
poetry.
imagining more like it's the poetry that's like hyper detailed romantic bordering on like erotic
Oh,
poetry.
God.
Well, no, not
Not
like
even
that.
erotic, but it is very maudlin.
It's
Maudlin.
Victorian poetry. It's meant to educate and instruct, and it's very flowery, and
Gotcha,
it's
so
very.
It's boring as shit.
Well, that's current era
I'm
orcish
about to
poetry.
say, I mean,
I'm
Alan
more
has
interested in
told me some
older
things about
orcish
Victorian writing that
poetry.
still makes me think it's secretly
Yeah.
foreign poetry.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
Some
stuff.
of it might
Like, I'm
be.
looking for sappy.
You're looking for sappy. You're looking.
Michi's looking for sappy.
Why?
Michi's looking for the fantasy
Because.
universe equivalent of Nora Roberts.
Okay, well, give me.
I mean, do you have a
Unless
crush? Do you have a secret crush?
unless she asks a librarian, roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
It's okay. Michi's just got her teenage
Oh, shit.
hormone flaring up.
Yeah, you definitely find it. It's pretty easy to find. There's other people milling about. There's
What
you
are
know,
their passive perceptions?
I don't
Huh?
know.
Stat all the random NPCs.
I will not. They don't care. They're not paying attention.
But
they're
I'm acting conspicuously sneaky.
they're used to it. They're fucking used to weirdos.
Yeah.
You know, it is a library, and I've known librarians, so yeah, actually, librarians are unfazed by that kind of shit.
Yeah, so you
It is
see
actually-
yeah.
Plus, I
It is
mean,
hard to out-weird a librarian.
the only teenager, quote, covertly investigating the orcish poetry.
Yeah.
section,
Yeah, no, this happens every single day.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really
that means
care
you're
if
not
the
special.
librarians know. I just don't want anyone who I consider a peer to know.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I'm gonna check out, and then I'm gonna head for the market.
oh shit, okay. Yeah. So, to get to the market, you're gonna go to the main Circle Street. You're just bailing? You're leaving the library, we're splitting the party. What are you looking for at the markets?
Well,
So,
I think Michi's gonna be conspicuously like, I'm bored. Fuck books. I'm going to the market.
so you tell them.
Yeah. I'm not sneaking off.
Okay.
I want them to conspicuously notice me leaving, so that they don't think about the fact that I just went and found some really sappy, out of character with Michi's like persona that she puts
Did you
on
check it
poetry.
out?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. It's
Okay,
in, it's
okay.
in a pouch.
yeah, okay,
It's hiding.
okay. Yeah, you find a slim volume.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what are the rest of you guys doing?
You know what? Did Michi announce that she was going to the market?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Esme's gonna come with. She needs ingredients for stuff.
Okay.
Cool. What about everybody else?
C messaged
Oh,
to announce what Olive is doing.
I wasn't sure how long the Michi side quest was gonna go on.
Oh
for,
no,
and
I figure we're sort of bouncing around.
okay, so yeah, see, she asks the librarian, oh, you good girl. Yeah, they have there is a whole section about the overgrowth. Like, that is a very intense area of study. It is, so, you know, she takes you to that section, and she points out a bunch of books on it. That is one of the Huyuk's, you know, like, what's the word, mission statements? You know, they study the overgrowth. That's one of the things they do. So there's a bunch of books about that. And then, she asks if there's a heron god, and, you know, the librarian nods and says, oh yes, you know, Huyuk, there are many, okay,
The librarian
dropped a
does
dice.
that too. That's how you pronounce the Heron God's name in the original dialect.
Yeah, it's canon. She nods and she says, "Oh yes, the Heron God
At.
it is originally a halfling god, but also a god associated with swamps. It is one of the Huyuk pantheon, because like Huyuk, there's Huyuk the vulture goddess who rules over all of it, and then there's a crow god who his domain is trickery, but also mostly trickery. There's
Is Stan nearby? I'm wondering if Stan overhears that mention of Koriki.
I said before that he was in charge, that he was also the god of like mail and stuff, and I changed my mind. There's a new god of mail that's a pigeon. Birds carry the mail.
Aww.
Various kinds of birds. There are a few like overland like carts who carry especially big loads, but carrier pigeons are very common in Adros. And yeah, so she tells you about at the Heron God. That's the name. Somebody write that down. There definitely is a heron god associated with swamps, with sort of the blessings of nature. The Huyuks are very much trying to break Adros of like the extreme superstitions surrounding nature and the overgrowth, and trying to convince people sort of failingly that the overgrowth isn't evil, it just is what it is. Which I'm not gonna say if that's true or not, but that's what the Huyuks believe. That the overgrowth is a neutral force, that it has meant much bounty, many blessings, and that you have to...
That's fantastic.
That's such a good Esme. Yeah, so that is what you find out, Olive. What else? What else are people doing?
Okay, so I want to have an interaction with Stan because it has not escaped Trey's notice that Stan's not having a good time.
Yeah, and as we decided last time, Trey is going to get advantage on checks to know how Stan is doing, and advantage on charisma checks to try to get Stan to open up a little.
Because, like, obviously Stan didn't have a good time at dinner. Stan had a hard time during their fight. Stan's having a rough time. And it's,
Yeah.
at this point, very obvious.
Yeah.
Who-
So what is Stan doing when Trey comes to find him?
Sitting in the exact same position as a person about 2 seats away, and holding a book in the exact same way as the person on the other side, except for the fact that the book is upside down. Stan cannot read. Stan is just imitating the person next to them.
Stan just wants to be a cool kid.
Stan's just kind
Stan
of there.
can't read? Why
This is the thing that people do, right?
Okay,
That's
I
how it
am
works.
gonna DM you because I have a question about that, Casey.
Oh. I mean, Stan couldn't read before either.
That was my question.
Yeah,
was whether he
no.
could read. Okay, but how did he know about Giovanni? I thought...
Posters
Oh, okay. Just pictures.
and also 1 live performance.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
loud.
so... Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, Stan's just sitting there, absolutely obviously imitating the guy next to them, shooting furtive glances over every so often to make sure that they're still doing it right. The dude does not notice.
What? No, Roll a deception check to not be noticed.
Yes.
He notices. I didn't even give him a fucking bonus, but he still noticed. But he's ignoring you politely. But he definitely keeps kind of sort of like trying to show you what right side up would be, sort of subtly. Like he's trying to help. He's doing his best. He's a big red orc, like sort of fat and soft with sort of a hairy, like a beard and a ponytail. He looks pretty friendly and nice, and he's trying to be surreptitiously helpful.
Stan, the reason why Stan chose to sit next to that guy is because obviously the biggest and the strongest have to imitate the biggest and strongest.
Can I roll a history check to see if Trey knows this guy?
I don't know if that would be a history check. Just roll me a d20.
Okay.
No, you don't.
I was just curious. He could have.
Yeah, no, he totally. I had the number that I had for a check. I think actually because I basically in my head he had a 75% chance of knowing this guy, so I would say with a 6, you know him by sight. You don't know his name, but like you've seen him around. He is a Huyuk Acolyte. His tabard is nothing like gold, like yellow, similar to Michi's tabard. And yeah, you've seen him around occasionally, but it's not someone you know by name.
Okay.
He does nod at you though, like when you come up to Stan, he does that like, you know, little nod and goes back to his book.
Okay, well, I think Trey at this point is going to take the obvious opening and sit down and say to Stan, you know, the temple offers, you know, plenty of remedial classes, and there's no judgment whatsoever. So if you'd like to learn to read, you know, we have plenty of opportunities available.
Stan cocks their head. What?
And Trey soldiers valiantly on, and he says, you know, we have all these books that's got a lot of information, but you have to be able to understand what all those little characters mean to read them, and we'd be happy to teach you how to do that. It's a really useful
Stan has to know what reading is, Casey. He's 14. Like, no.
And lived in a bugbear camp.
No, okay, but no, because Corky and Lum are both educated. Corky's been around for 2,000 years. Lum is an educated nobleman who was into poetry and theater. Even if Stan doesn't know how to read, I'll accept that. He knows what reading is. You have, like... I'm sorry, I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting my...
suggest a middle ground.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm putting my foot down a little bit here. Like, Lum would have read to Stan, for one thing. Lum would absolutely read poetry to Stan, and plays, and tell Stan stories. Like, no.
Would he have read?
If I may, what if Stan's
Orcish
reading level
poetry
is just
to Stan?
woefully below what it should be?
Well, it doesn't really matter right at this moment because Trey is fully taking Stan at face value. So Stan can be fucking with him if Stan wants.
Yeah,
Stan
no,
is
like,
earnest, which makes it hard.
What if Stan's reading level is just super low? Like, you know, he should be up to, like, reading novels, and he's still stuck at Go Dog Go.
I mean, either way, he may not know how to read at all. I'm just saying that I just giving you a better picture of what his life with Corky and Lum was like. And he definitely would have encountered books and been read to.
Yes. Stan has been read to, and therefore is trying to emulate the person who is doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the way that it makes the words, right? Right?
You're not entirely wrong.
But the point is, just Stan knows what reading is.
Yeah. Fair enough. Not before.
So did Lum read orcish poetry?
Maybe.
To Stan?
Maybe. I mean, he is an orc, so
People.
the prettiest orc. The prettiest orc to ever.
Orc femboy.
Orc femboy.
Okay.
And-
Well, I think if Stan doesn't respond more than that, Trey is just gonna go, we'll talk to Annie about it. Don't worry about it. And Trey's just going to arrange something.
Stan kind of hides a little more behind the biggest book. Because again, they just got the biggest book from the shelf.
It's probably like a fucking
that's how it
atlas.
works.
It's probably
Yeah.
full of maps. It doesn't even have words in it. I mean, it has some words, it has descriptions of places, but I think that if it's the biggest book he could find, it's an atlas.
It's definitely an atlas. They're just like hiding behind the book at this point.
It's an atlas, or it's one of those books that's just a whole bunch of collected ting plates.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cool.
Okay, Alex, why don't you roll me a persuasion with advantage to see if you can persuade Stan to put the book down and, like, engage a little more.
Okay, to do that, do I click on the advantage tab and then it'll just do that for me? Or do I-
Correct. You click the advantage tab and then the thing that you want to roll.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well,
I did not do good.
okay.
I guess it's a matter of how much Stan wants to contest it.
Yeah, I guess, what would the contested roll be?
I don't know.
Just a D20 maybe. Roll a
you know
D20.
what?
Hey, roll a D20 for being difficult.
14, baby!
Well, alright, Stan continues to be difficult.
Okay, Stan continues to be difficult. Roleplay
have
this
Trey
out. Roleplay this
family.
out a little more, guys.
Okay, so Trey looks at him and at them and says, "You know, Stan, it is completely normal if you have a little trouble adjusting. This is probably so different from what you're used to, and I get the impression that maybe this was a last-minute decision for your family." He's trying to talk around the fact that nobody knew Stan was gonna show up.
Stan cringes at the word family.
And then, you know, Trey asks, "Do you miss them? Is it? Do you have a mom and a dad, or who is your family? Why don't you tell me a little about them?"
Roll another persuasion with advantage.
Yep.
Slightly better.
Slightly better. Yeah, I'll leave it up to Casey how they want to handle this.
Oh, it's hard. If it was really bad, it'd be like just shaking the head no, but if it was really good, it'd be like, I mean, I'm here. I don't know. I don't know how to do a neutral roll.
I feel like you could give a little like, "Oh, I had parents," or
Yeah, I had daddies, but that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I have. They're coming back for me. My dad's.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? You're clearly very important to them, or they wouldn't have sent you here.
I will say it is noticeable Stan has a very beautiful clasp for his cloak. Like most of you guys just have pretty regular like brass like cloak pin, right? But Stan's is this shiny jet black, almost opalescent, like, you know, like obsidian, and it's like got a rainbowy sheen.
Ooh, gold flash obsidian.
Yeah, it is that carved into a very beautiful and intricate feather on his cloak. And And I think Trey would probably have noticed that he got a present from his daddy's when he got to the dorm room, because he changed clothes and had that really nice cloak pin.
You know, and so I think Trey is gonna actually say, you know, they clearly like they sent you with things. I can see you have that really nice pin. It looks very nice on you.
Yeah.
And Stan touches it, just like demurely. You can tell that they've been fiddling with it a lot. Like running their claws over the little indents.
Yeah.
And I think Trey at this point doesn't want to push things too much, so he just says, you know, well, I'll arrange those reading classes. There's reading classes for you, and you know, Stan, if you ever want to talk about anything, you know, that's what I'm here for. And if you have any questions, you know, like he's just
Yeah, trying everything in the fucking book at this point.
pretty awkward about it, but also like he doesn't want to push too much.
What's
he just
that?
says, "No,
What's that for?
Ignore it.
No, I won't. I'm the DM. What's that roll for?
Well, it was going to be just a misclick. Then I had an idea. Stan actually turns and looks Trey in the eyes and gives a little smile and says,
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
So
and
that's
goes back to
so that's
looking at
like
the thing.
a persuasion that he's fine.
Not really.
So
I
what
did
is
want
it?
to do persuasion.
Why not?
Because I have a +3 in it and it would be unfair.
Hey guys, Casey has rolled really high on their difficulty roll today. Casey's being difficult.
Always!
Okay, well, anyway.
So how about
At this
that market?
enough has happened that I don't really think Casey could like 100%, or I don't think Stan could really 100% convince Trey that everything's fine, because like no matter what they're like in the moment, the broader picture is not fine.
I mean, I guess you'd have to roll a contested insight, but I'm not gonna make you roll anymore.
Not everything.
Anyways.
We can cut this scene. I just know that Trey, it's on Trey's mind.
Yeah.
Trey's gonna keep crying.
Trey, like, Miki is fine. Michi is fine. Michi has completely assimilated into this lifestyle as much as she's going to. He kind of wishes she wasn't.
And Esme and Olive are making friends.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
progressing, and it's just Stan that's like clearly struggling.
Um,
and like,
Well, Esme and Michi went to the
Trey's
market
one.
together.
I mean, and Michi, like, who kind of wants to just be on her own, intermittently looking like a badass and hissing at everyone.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that this all took place while everyone was looking at books, and so as you guys are wrapping up this conversation, Michi trots over to be like, well, now I'm going to the market.
Which was also when Esme was like, sure, I'll go too. And I just, you know, honestly, if Olivine hears two other people going to the market, Olivine would shrug and go with as well, because
Yeah, and
Olivine looked at the giant pile of books on the overgrowth and just sort of looked confused for a while, and then turned around.
she didn't check out any of them.
Bit off more than she
Well,
could chew.
she looked up a little bit about the Heron God.
Yeah, so maybe she checked out a book that has information about the different Huyuk gods and the different Huyuk, Yeah, actually, that's very interesting if she checked out a book about, the Huyuk gods. That may come up...
She was specifically trying to figure out if the Heron thing from the dream was
Roll...
a god, or a spirit, or something she ate.
It was a god. I want you to roll me an investigation check.
Well, minus on that one.
Yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it. You read the part about the Heron god, and you don't explore the rest of the book very much. Anyways, so is Trey going to the market? Is Stan going to the market?
Well, I think what Trey's going to do is stand up and not touch Stan directly, but like sort of grip the back of his chair and say, "Well, it seems the rest of them are going to the market. You want to go to the market?"
Okay.
And that's all you're getting out of it.
Ah! Yeah. Okay, so everybody heads off to the market together. Do you guys want to explore the market, or do we want to wrap up for the night?
I think I'm good to wrap up for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way you can have some time to prep the market too, because I want to play in it a little.
Yeah, okay. I'll do some good prep for the market. Don't worry, that rift is gonna come up again, and I'm excited about the books you guys checked out from the library. Did anybody else get any other books? Did Stan check out the?
I know.
Yeah.
Stan didn't check it out.
That's a shame.
Okay, so I don't think it has to be right this second. It's like Trey might have gone back later, or he might have already been at the library.
Mm-hmm.
Just in terms of logistics, I don't think Trey had time to check out any books on this trip. But I'm just gonna say that Trey checks out a book on bugbears.
Aw.
Yeah, okay. I don't think that's gonna help, but yeah.
That's adorable.
And also, Trey previously had checked out books on dwarven culture and probably not Tabaxi or elven culture because he knows what Meech's deal is. But who's
Esme is like border elf. An elf from a smallish town in near the mountains on the edge of the desert that's not super connected to the main elf city.
Yeah, so he has books on elven and dwarven culture already. And then, just sort of on a whim, even though he's not entirely sure that it's going to be meaningful, he checks out a book on bugbears.
Also never
Are
actually
there
established what that like little like holy symbol thing is.
I think what you would find about bugbears you would find a reference to bugbears in a different book. But it's you know, it's a few pages and some speculation. There aren't any like clans of bugbears in Adros itself, and they have come out of the overgrowth and they have shown up before. But when you look, there's very minimal information about bugbears. You know, you can check out whole books about elven and dwarven culture and history. You could even check out books about Tabaxi culture and history, because they do have their own island and their own clan and their own whole thing. But no, there's very little about bugbears.
But what he does confirm is that, like, bugbears are a, like, sapient, sentient species, and that Stan isn't necessarily, like, just some anomalous.
Yeah. I read you.
I mean, the thing about this whole culture is that, like, we have rolled Trey as a human because it's convenient.
Yeah.
But realistically, Trey is, like, half dragonborn, half something else. Like,
yeah, Trey is not really connected to human culture, because there is a very specific human culture that has to do with, you know, horses and livestock and farming.
It's just in terms of strength that we're calling Trey a human. But, like, culturally and also on a literal genetic level, Trey isn't actually a human.
No.
Trey's family should have worked out he was anomalous a long time ago. Because, like...
Yeah, I think part of the problem is that humans are fairly common in Orisy, but also around Orisy. The territory that Orisy is closest to is they're close to the dwarves, but the dwarves have a big goddamn wall and are pretty, not secretive, but, like, they're not that interested in other things. Humans, on the other hand, you know, humans are all up in stuff. You know, they've got all kinds of stuff going on, so there's quite a few.
What I'm saying is that Trey wouldn't inherently look at Stan and be like,
no,
that has to be a literal bugbear.
Right, no, Stan might just be anomalous. I think you go back and confer with a librarian and be like, look at that kid. What does that kid look like to you? Because that's like a whole thing of trying... You know, there's people whose whole specialty it's identifying anomalous and trying to put them into cohesive groups and trying to predict. And it's, you know, it's not a pseudoscience, but it's not very predictable. But it's a whole hobby. There are people whose whole lives and careers are spent obsessed with the subject. So I think you go to a library and you point out Stan and you're like, the fuck is that? And they're like,
What
oh.
the fuck is that? Is that a fucking cat?
He, rightly or wrongly, believes that he basically has a handle on Michi and Olivine and Esme.
Yeah.
How he actually
Mom,
does,
come look
but
at this
he
weird
has a
cat. I
dialogue.
don't want it upsetting Michi.
He got a dossier on each of them.
Yeah.
Already, like, he gets their deal. Whereas, like, you know, Stan is clearly having a super hard time, and no one really knows why he's there, and so he's floundering.
Man, with some better rolls, you could have found some very interesting things, but
You
Well,
could.
look,
Oh, actually, did Stan say their daddy's names?
Nope.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. Well, keep an ear out for that, because would Trey recognize the name Koriki? Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, if he
But
heard the
but
name-
I don't think that Stan has ever said that. So,
Nope.
if it does come up, I do think Trey would have context for it.
yeah. All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this game. You know, it's
Oh.
I was about to say it was a little short, but it was 2 hours and 40 minutes nearly. So that's not that much shorter.
Unusual, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Are we still on chat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're still live.
But thank you guys for coming. Thanks for bearing with just the mood today. I'm excited for the next few games. I have some exciting stuff planned.
I already regret not doing the same thing Olivine did with looking up bird gods. Michi's an idiot, but I'm curious.
Just force me to make stuff up off the top of my head. Why don't you?
Well, come
Never.
up with some
I've
stuff.
never.
I love the idea that the Heron God's really, actually, properly pronounced name, though, is like,
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
like that sound that, like, water birds make.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
A weird, warbly fork.
I'm reminded of that Key and Peele sketch that they do occasionally with the College Bowl players that have increasing
God.
names, and one of them is just a series of dolphin noses.
Yes.
Which I believe they just spell as a big string of E's.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to talk about Key and Peele, but we'll talk about that later, Mike. Okay. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for whoever was in chat.
There's been a few of them.
There were a few of you, and take good care of yourselves. Everything's hard. Bye.
Bye.